Aaron here. It's a little dark over here, so hopefully it's okay. The weed whacker. This happens to be a steel one, FS90R. It's older, but it'll last me at least 10, 12 years. They always do. They don't pay me. I shouldn't be saying their name, but whatever. This is a good trimmer, solid, and it'll last you for years doing commercial work. It's perfect for what we do. Perfect for what you do if you are doing landscape maintenance. Now the head on this is a bump head. It's got that button. When you bounce that off the ground and it's spinning, it lets line out. This is your line. You want to have this baby, let's see if you can see this, like this. You want it just over top. That's the way I want it anyway, just over top, about that long of the bump head. And when you're trimming, you want these strings, the tips of these strings as it's turning, you just want them touching your edge of whatever you're doing. If you're trimming, let me see if you can see this, along something like this, you want those strings just touching the edge, boop, 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 like that. I'm about to show you that, how to use it. A lot of people are asking me how to use this thing to do professional edges. I'm going to show you. So you always want to wear your safety glasses as well, clear on a darker day, sunglasses on a different day, on a sunny day, but it's sunny and I have clear, so that's what I'm using. And ear protection. 100% you need ear protection because this thing's loud and you're holding the motor up by your head. So I'm going to get her lit up, start it up. I'm going to take you over to the grass. I'm filming by myself, so it might be a little sketchy. I'm going to try and get you set up so you can see how I'm doing it, and then I'll stop and explain it, and we'll do a couple of different ways on how to trim things. Stay tuned. Okay, here we go. So I'm not going to clean it, but as you can see, all I trimmed off was the edges of that grass. It's a perfectly straight little grass wall now. You can see where I stopped, which is right there. All that stuff that was hanging over, just trimming off the tips. And when I'm doing that, I just want to touch the edge of the sidewalk. Not the grass, because you're going to cut the grass back into here if you do that. You keep it just right on the edge of your sidewalk. Now you can also do it upside down. I don't recommend doing this way. Some people like doing it this way, but I always had my guys do it the way I just showed you because I find that's the least amount of damage and the best look. But some people go like this with it upside down. Now, when you do it like that, you get a nice straight line as well, and a little bit of a grass wall. It's very easy to burn the grass and then start a gap. And you don't want to start a gap backing into like this because you don't want that edged line look down there. I don't anyway. Some people put an edger down there, the machine, but I don't. I just like the little grass wall, nice and green, no yellow grass. This is the wrong time of year to actually be showing you this, but I'm just trying to show you what I can. So that's upside down. You can also do the way I just showed you on garden beds. The grass is growing over into the garden bed. You do that just like I showed you. You walk backwards with the trimmer upside down, and you trim it all off against that garden bed. And that's edge, and that's how you get that nice smooth look. Now, I don't think you saw in that last clip how I was holding the weed whacker and walking beside it, so I'm going to show you that right here. You want to hold this on the side so it's like a 90-degree angle and hold it out here. Step out here. Walk out this way. So you can see exactly what you're doing the whole time. If you get to a garden bed, which this isn't an edged bed, but I'll show you what you do once you get to something like this. Just hover the weed whacker above the grass and lightly touch the grass. It's an edged garden bed, you flip it over. Go back along your bed like that. Now there's not too much I can show you to trim around here other than this long stuff, but I will attempt to show you that. This hasn't been done in quite some time. It's quite high. There's an armor stone under here that we can't see anymore. And when you're doing this, again, same amount of string. You don't want to be hitting your string off the ground or off the rocks or off these poles. You just want to barely touch that stuff, because the more you're hitting that string, I don't care what line you're using, it's all expensive. You're going to grind it down really quick, and you're going to be constantly refilling your head, your spool on the end of this thing. So the lighter you touch everything, the less damage you do, and the more money you save. So here's the pole. You just want to barely touch it. You don't need to do it, floor it or anything on this thing. Just give it some juice. Work your way around your obstacle. Hovering the weed whacker above the lawn. You don't need to floor it. Nothing super long. Back and forth, hovering over top. When you get to this, clean that up. Clean. And that's it. Just hover over everything. Be careful when working around vehicles or people. If someone's walking by, just stop, let them go by. If there's a car right there, make sure the direction you're spinning your weed whacker, sometimes you got to stand the opposite direction so it flings the stuff out the other way. And always wait for people to go by if you're weed whacking and someone's around, because it'll pick up a rock and shoot it 15 feet. You don't want to hit anybody or hit any cars that are driving by, because you're going to be paying for that, or your insurance is. Either way, it's not good. Guys, thanks for being here today. Hope you learned something. That was just a quick video. Don't get discouraged if you haven't used this and you're not really experienced yet, because it literally took me over a year, one full season, to master this thing. And after that first year, now, yeah, I can do anything with it. But yeah, it's a very unique tool to figure out how to use. But once you figure it out, you'll be making beautiful edges everywhere. Thanks for watching. Aaron here. Are you looking to make hundreds of thousands of dollars with your landscape or lawn care business? You want to up your game, you have a business, but you're not making enough money? Check the description below. Take our SKOOL course. It's the best money you'll ever spend. There's tons of value on there. You'll learn about pricing, what equipment to get, what jobs to sell, how to do it, and you're going to make a ton of money. Check the description below.